42, 12, and 11, I think was the final stat line.
This is what we call masterclass.
Masterclass.
You gotta know your masterclass. You know? Welcome to another episode of Thanalysis show with your one and only Thanasis Antetokounmpo and Tony C. What's up, Tony, man?
This you got a little rasp in your voice.
I do from yelling at first of all, from yelling at keep on.
No, it's I was gonna say, is it definitely from being at your 5th straight win as the Bucks just beat. We're recording this, I don't know, 25 minutes, 30 minutes after the Bucks just locked up. Was it their 6th, 7th win in a row? Beating the Washington Wizards by 10 at home. Mm-hmm. So you definitely got after it a little bit on the sideline.
Definitely a good Washington Wizards actually that have lost 13 in a row and are trying to get a win. Oh my God, the guys were like playing hard. Young guys, physical, just playing hard, man.
Ton of Wisconsin connections on that team too. Jordan Poole from Milwaukee, Rufus King High School. Yeah. Patrick Baldwin's on that team. And
really? Oh yeah, he was good. Yeah.
Yep. And Johnny Davis played. He's also from Wisconsin. He's from La Crosse. So you have two Milwaukee kids and a lacrosse guy.
And 3 Wisconsin,
and Johnny played at UW too. So a lot of Wisconsin love on that team. But Bucks handled business. Yes, let's get to the big thing right away. 42, 12, and 11, I think was the final stat line.
This is what we call masterclass.
Masterclass.
You gotta know your masterclass. You know, it was something amazing, but it was good. The thing is about winning, I'll say this all the time. It's a habit. You know, it's not something you go like, we need the scheme, we need the system. Like sometimes you just gotta win. Mm-hmm. Just go out there and win. I don't care the system. I don't care about the offense or defense. Go out there and win games. And the Bucks right now the team is doing that right now, and I'm happy because guys are just like really, really, really building this habit of winning games.
Is that something?
Actually, an end game, right? Masterclass, 25 and 10.
Yeah,
Masterclass.
And I was gonna
double.
Did he get one?
Yes.
What did he have? 10 assists? He got there too.
Yeah,
I mean, I assume I didn't know if it's 10. It could be 15.
Course.
I did want to hit on Dame at some point, but also Brook Lopez. He's getting hot from 3. He started the year. It wasn't great. He's back. The team's winning again.
Yes.
You mentioned you got to get in the habit of winning, the habits of those things like that. That's something that it comes with time. It comes with reps. It comes with obviously coaching, but Doc's been doing this for so long that I feel like the team just started to gel. Yeah,
but you got to understand it's about it's the demeanor too. Like it comes from the leadership, right? One of the leaders is out right now, and you have 2 guys who are leading this team, and it's not only leading with score and points and stuff like that, just leading with the demeanor of like willingness to win, you know. And that's how you just pick up. And like I said this all the time. People come up to me, was like, "Oh my God, your presence, Thanasis, and all these other things," and you know, you're sort of good vibe and energy to the team, and you talking to the guys. And I say it's not me, it's the guys. It's always been about the mojo, what they have. They got exactly what they need in the locker room, you know. And it's nice like this that these wins matter more than wins against like the rivals. It's wins like this because this is the night you take care of business.
Yeah,
this is a tricky game, right? It's a game that you're coming in, you're stuffed with turkey from Thanksgiving. It's hard.
You hadn't played in a few days.
You haven't played in a few days, and you get the win, and you take care of business. On to the next one.
So the next one, when is the next one? That at home later this week, Wednesday, I think.
Yep, and I have a surprise for you. Let me know after the pod. I'll tell you the surprise after the pod.
Surprise, all right.
I got a surprise for you.
I want to hear about that. I don't know if I'll be able to tell everyone after, but we'll fill people in at some point. It's Tuesday. They're in Detroit too this week, so they got a couple this week. When you look at, I guess, the team overall, not like an unsung hero because everyone plays their role. The kind of transition, we love Bobby, but this team has clearly started to transition into more of a youth movement per se, right? Like Andre Jackson's getting those minutes as a starter.
Yeah.
AJ Green coming in big minutes off the bench. Bobby's role is still there, obviously, but
I don't think it's ever going to change.
No, but these younger guys have kind of taken the role. Let's use like Pat Connaughton, for example, right? These younger guys, he did his job in Miami. Hands down, came in,
most definitely
played really, really well. But AJ Green has taken a lot of those minutes away.
Yeah.
Just like when you look at this team, just getting to that youth movement.
I think it's a mix. You want the vets, you want the youth, you want something in the mixture. We've always been athletic. Like
true.
We've always been this team that chase down blocks.
DeLon Wright's not like a young guy either.
We've always been this. Like you can go back to any tape. We've always been the most bigger and most athletic team. Every time we've played for the past 6-7 years. Now, obviously, that's what towards the end. Like it was like okay, transition and just like in teams with run. But then we stopped that as well because it was like okay, get back, and now you get back and we set up. So it's more of a feel. Trust me, you're not going to Lopez just so easy and you're gonna lay it up. You're not going to Giannis lay it up. No, you're not going through Dame like that. He's gonna strip you. You're not going through Bobby like that. Not like it. So it's more of intensity, and then once you get to the playoffs, about experience, and not the playoffs and the in between games. Like it's the games like that matters. We gotta go third place. We gotta go fourth place. We gotta go like now. You think a youth team comes back from 2-8? You think a young team comes back from 2-8? No.
We're watching it with Washington. They're competitive. They're young. They're athletic.
Physical.
They're super physical.
Physical.
Their biggest vet, off the top of my head, their like most tenured vet is Valanciunas, right?
Valanciunas, Anthony Gill.
Oh, Gill too, yeah.
Gill as well, who's played overseas, play here, like experienced guys who play games.
But like, and Poole has been there, obviously, but he's really still young. Like he just came in the NBA early, and like their core. I really like Kispert's game off the bench.
Yeah,
he played a lot of college ball, but he's still young in the league. So like,
did he play for Gonzaga? No,
he did.
Yeah, loved him.
I don't remember if they got a national title or played a national championship game.
I remember him.
He had game. Like he's legit. Played with Jalen Suggs, who's down in Orlando. Like, they're just young, and that's why you see what you say is 13 in a row now they've lost. Like,
it's just hard. But then the other thing is they've lost in details. That's the thing. It's just young and they've lost in. They got talent.
How long does that take?
What
from your experience, just like being to stop losing because of the details, and you like. I guess you grow into the role of being able to recognize that. So
it's a transition that depends on the front office and depends on who you bring in and how basketball is changing. I'll give an example. Right, Valanciunas, one of the best big men in the league,
hands down.
Right, if I give you top 5 centers, probably it's top 5 or top 10 centers in the league. Right. So now with that being said, would you see Valanciunas in Golden State? Just up and down running? No, right? But you can see him somewhere else and winning games. So it's more of how basketball is changing. That's one. Second of all, when it comes to the front office, you got to realize, let me give you another example. Houston Rockets.
Okay.
What position are they now? In the West? Are they? They might be second in the West.
Check. They're, I think, top 3, but I'll get in a...
They might be second in the West or top 3 or in the West, if I'm not mistaken.
Look them up here, but yeah, they're young and they're toward the top. Of the
so
Western
remember
Conference.
they did the transition after James Harden and the guys and everybody, right? They were young.
They are currently second at 14-6.
Exactly. So what do I mean by that? They still have some of the young guys who were losing games before, right? And now, but they added some vets, and now they have a good mixture of vets, youth, athleticism, and winning.
Fair,
right? So that's what you find, and then culture. Because I say this all the time. Like, you know how many times like I go with other teams and then like during the offseason, even now when I was free agent, like I'll talk to teams and be like, oh man, we just like just the culture you guys built, the core and what it means to win and how do you do that, right? And that's why a lot of GMs. Front office that have won in teams. They go to other teams and they replicate the same feel, right? It's a copycat league. You replicate what's winning. So,
I've always thought that too with a lot of different sports. When you have too much youth or too many veterans, like you just like with anything, right? Life is all balanced. You have to balance that thing out a little.
Right now, we're in the middle. Right now, we're finding the middle. What's good and what's nice. What's big.
Do you remember, it must have been your first year in the league, maybe your second year, right after you got drafted, that Hawks team that Mike Budenholzer coached.
Yeah, no, this had to be my 2014. This has to be 2016.
Oh, is that when it was? Okay.
Or 17, something like that. They went on a run.
They were on a crazy run, and they had
5 All-Stars.
They had Kyle Korver was on. They had Teague. They had Josh Smith. Like they were.
It was all vets, prime, middle. So
But
that's always Coach Bud's team.
Yeah, that was like the last team I could think of that was like all vets in their starting lineup. Because even when the Spurs went on their last run, Kawhi was in his first and second year when they went on those runs.
That's always been Coach Bud's team. That's why he has so many winning records, because he's always had vets that win.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He always had vets that win. You know?
For the Bucks to keep this up, obviously Giannis is playing at an unbelievable clip right now. I mean, I think I screenshotted the stat here for you because I wanted to read a couple of them on here. He, after tonight, and this is right after the Bucks just beat the Wizards, he now ties Wilt with 30-point triple-doubles.
Wilt Chamberlain?
He tied Wilt Chamberlain for the most 30-point triple-doubles all time. It gets better. It's tough to say it gets better from Wilt, but it somehow gets better. He has tied Magic Johnson with 40-point triple-doubles.
What? And
he's also tied Michael Jordan with 35-point triple-doubles.
That's crazy, bro.
It's insane.
That's low-key greatness. I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes I always, he asked me. You see what he asked me before? He was like, "Oh, your brother had a good game." I was like, "Oh, he was okay." But that's low-key greatness right there.
Right? Anytime. Imagine being. I don't care.
I can downplay that to him. I can be like, "Hey, good game. Let's go on to the next one." But like, it's special, man.
I don't care if it's like Gatorade's drank during an NBA game. If you can say that you are on the same level as Wilt, Magic, and MJ. Yeah, it means something.
It means a lot, man. Just the hard work he's put in, and just like him being relentless.
One of the things I think fans, they always ask, and we have a couple questions here for you that I got during the game from fans for you. But one of the things that I think fans always ask is, and reporters would be curious about this too, when Giannis has a game like this, you can joke and say he was like he's cool, he had a nice little game. But when you talk to him, whether it's after the game or whether it's later today or tomorrow, when you guys talk about this game, what would you actually tell him?
I'm proud of you. Don't stop. That's what I just said. I'm proud of you. Just don't stop. Let's keep it up. Easy peasy. Go
I feel like that's been the motto for everything he said about you in the locker room, for everything Dame has said about you as a teammate. It's always like, this is great. What's next? And that's it kind of defines your
love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it, but at the same time, it's the NBA. That's the thing. This is not a weekly thing. This is not a monthly thing. You don't get a month to celebrate.
Fair.
You get a few hours to celebrate and go to sleep, and then let's do it again. You know what I'm saying? And then go play the next game. So,
no, that makes perfect sense. I did want to get to a couple of the questions that fans sent your way, just different social medias.
By the way, I have two things about the game as well.
Oh, what else we got?
Want to say, Koulibaly, this kid from.
The kid from Washington.
Yeah. Point guard. Love this guy. Such a pro, bro. He got fouled at some point, and he was ready to. I don't know how you guys call it here. You guys say like he was ready to crash out. He was ready to like go crazy.
Oh yeah.
And he really kept it together. And then I was like, oh, that's a pro right there. He's gonna have a bright future. Him loves watching Jordan Poole play. Just unorthodox sometimes, but just like Wayne. He was like, I'm in Milwaukee. I'm not giving up. I just kept going to the basket.
You root for different players around the league, but if you come, especially from the city of Milwaukee, I'll always root for you. I don't care what team you play for. Jordan Poole is my guy, and like I love seeing him have success.
And I saw Alexander Sarr for the first time up close.
Yeah, how was that?
So he went number 2, right?
He did go number 2.
Was great body. I can see why he went number 2 based on potential too. Great body, like just big.
Because he's one of the guys. Did he play Costas? Did you see him when he was younger?
Yeah. So no, Costas played with Victor.
Oh, that's what
teammates,
it was.
Teammates with Victor. Costas was teammates with Wemby. But it was great to see him up close. I can't wait to see the other guy from Atlanta.
It's funny you bring him up because I wanted to ask you about when you get drafted.
Yeah.
Do you think, just from a professional athlete perspective, like where you're drafted can affect you mentally?
What? 100%.
It's totally
100%.
unfair, right? But like I get it.
No, it's unfair and fair. Sometimes you can get drafted to the organization and then be like, oh, sure, okay. And then you can get drafted to an organization that just like really builds character and really builds you up, but then you don't get to play. That was what happened to me. Like I was with the Knicks and I felt like I was one of the best players in the world. Like when I got drafted to the Knicks, I was like, bro, I'm in New York.
Yeah.
I got drafted to the Knicks, like Phil Jackson drafted me. So, but I didn't get the chance to play as many games and stuff like that. And then I went overseas and then started playing and really building my career and then coming back. But same thing. You can get drafted to a small city, but you're playing.
Yeah.
You know, so it does play a role.
It's just interesting to me because I think a guy like Sarr, he's in there and he was drafted, I want to say second, but it might top 3, whatever.
Yeah.
And there's obviously a ton of expectation and a ton of pressure that comes with being the number 2 overall pick. I feel like there is, or at least
not anymore. It used to be when Braun was going number 1. When this is the decade before. Not anymore. Now this is all about build.
So now it's just like you have years to develop.
You think they have expectations from Zach, the first round pick, or from Sarr? What kind of expectation can you have? What would you expect for him to turn around his franchise?
I maybe not turn around. Maybe you're making a good point here.
You know what I mean?
No, because I guess I was thinking
you did have from Melo. Yeah. You did have from Braun. You did have from all those guys getting drafted number 1.
Wade at 5.
They had to come in and produce right away. But not anymore. It doesn't work like that.
Maybe that's
anymore.
not the thing anymore.
No, now it's based on potential, what they can be in the next 2-3 years.
I think I get caught up in the football world there. Because like
football's totally different.
The comparison I was going to make is like if you get drafted top 5 in football, right? You were expected to instantly
impact
go
the franchise.
there. And a lot of times guys fail because you're on a team that wasn't successful the year before. There's all this pressure. There's all these expectations. Unless you're LeBron, it's like impossible to meet. But the Wizards also have a guy like Johnny Davis who was drafted top 10, I think right at 10. And he's not playing right now, but I don't feel like there's like any pressure or expectations to like, oh, we drafted you top 10. You got to go out there and do this. Like he's going to build, he's going to get there, and he's going to have a long career. He's a talented player. But yeah, maybe you're right. In basketball, it has kind of changed, huh?
A lot. Nah, and they've seen that. That's why they don't want to have. That's why they don't approach it that way. Because when they did approach it that way, it would be, oh, this guy's is not good enough. Oh, this guy's a bust. Or this guy's.
They call him a bust by the All-Star break.
Exactly.
And now basketball is really kind of like Chet Holmgren missed his whole first year. I'm trying to just think of bigger name guys that came out.
Let me ask you a question. Who was the number 1 pick when Jokic got drafted?
What year was that? 13? No, 14. 2014 draft. I should know this because this was your draft class. 2014 NBA draft, number 1 overall pick.
He plays for Golden State. I'll give you a hit.
He's currently playing for Golden State? Oh, man. I'm blanking on this one. It's not Fultz. That's too early for Fultz, right?
Andrew Wiggins.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about Andrew Wiggins because he got traded immediately. Yeah, that's what happened.
Andrew Wiggins.
Yep.
Next year. You remember the number 1 pick? Who was the number 1 pick when Luka was in the
see, I hate being put on the spot.
Luka. No, I'm not asking.
Luka's was big man from Arizona, DeAndre Ayton.
DeAndre Ayton was it?
I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, you can check it out.
Ayton, Luka, Trae Young.
Exactly. And then you keep it moving. You'll see it's more about the talent, and then you just got to pick. You got to pick a good one. So that's all. Let's go.
No, that's interesting. That makes sense. There's gonna be a lot of NBA fans watching this who are just like, how do you not know the top pick in the 20s?
It's okay.
It's things I probably should know or knew at one point in my life.
Just comment underneath and see.
I want to grab a couple of these fan questions. Okay. One of the ones that I thought was interesting, so I just want to get their name. Deer Tracks Basketball is what their name is on X. It said, was there a pregame meal for you? Or, this is the one I like better, who had the weirdest pregame meal?
Pregame meal for me, I mean, there's always been like either something lean or a salad. So I make a salad, and you guys can keep these ingredients like really. This is like a secret of game day, not getting in the shape. It's tuna, tomato, cucumber, rice, and a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of oil and vinegar, and just mixed out as a salad. It's Mediterranean. It's incredible.
It sounds very Mediterranean.
Yeah, incredible.
All right, not bad.
Get you there. You don't get too puffed up or anything like that for the game, and you get full of energy and protein stuff.
The last fan question I had for you today is,
And then the weirdest I've ever seen was that, I don't know if it's weird.
now we're talking.
And the weirdest I've ever seen was one of my teammates had pasta, bolognese meat sauce, had the cheese, and then put a whole 3 packs of honey on top of it.
Huh.
And I was shocked when I saw that, right? So in my head, like, think about this. I see it, it's shocked. Then I tried it was actually nice, but it was weird. It felt weird.
I've heard of honey pregame for a lot of things, honny mid-workout for a lot of things.
No. I'm talking about honey on pasta, bolognese, guys. And Ujas, when you clip this, put the ingredients too so you can see. But yeah.
You said you tried it?
Yeah, I tried it. It was good. It wasn't that bad.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
It wasn't that bad.
You know what? I'm not gonna knock it until I try it. That's my thing with food. People will be like, "Oh, this food's gross." If you like it, enjoy it. But also
try it first. I'm not the type of guy that goes to a restaurant and all of a sudden, they bring a food and I start to add stuff. No, I try it first and then I add. I'm like, oh, yeah. They don't really know what I like now.
All right, this one coming in. Want to end the pod today with this question: if you could bring any EuroLeague player to the NBA, people know you watch a lot of basketball.
Yeah.
If you could bring any EuroLeague player to the NBA, who would it be?
Oh, it's a lot of them, man.
Let's do top 3 guys you would just be curious to see in the NBA. Or do you know what? You can also consider this like a name to watch out for who might enter the NBA draft in a few years.
Enter the NBA draft in a few years. There's a guy who plays at the 3 for Madrid. His name is Ndiaye. Big dude, 3-man. Him. And there's so many, man. So many. There's a lefty point guard.
Ooh.
He's kind of undersized, but like, man, I would love to see him in the NBA. His name is not High-Five, but I think he plays for Paris.
Okay.
Plays for Paris basketball.
How undersized? Are you talking like 6'1", or he's
something like that. I think it has to be 6'1" or something like that. But like I would love to see him in the NBA.
Okay.
But there's so many. Like, I'd love to see my brother in the NBA. Costa's like, bro, Saw blocking in the NBA. There's the rhythm up and down. But like there's people apart from my family, I would love to see those 2 guys. Another name to watch out for.
I know what he's listed at. How tall is Kostas these days? Because I saw some pictures.
He's like Jan.
Okay.
He's same
I thought he was up there. He's six double digits.
Yeah, 6'11" and a half, 7 feet. Yeah.
Because
I know a lot of people say that they see us national team. They go like, "What?"
No, I saw him. I saw a picture not too long ago, and I made a note to ask you because I was just like, "Oh, he's not 6'8", 6'9". Like I saw him in the photos. Like, yeah, he's up there.
Oh, he's up there. Oh, it's true. Dang. I mean, the other guys I see have already played in the NBA. Like Kendrick Nunn's already played in the NBA.
Kendrick Nunn's killing it right now overseas.
I would love to see like Matias Lesord or like Tima Morneke, like those type of guys. Tima Morneke, like my guy, like he plays for Baskonia. Like those guys, love to see those guys in the NBA. He's just, they are making a killing right now overseas. So it's hard. It's one of those things about the NBA that people don't say this enough. That the NBA, if the NBA just knows that you just want to come to the NBA, they don't really want you. But once they know that you can go overseas, you can go anywhere you want to go, they don't want to sign you because they're like, now there's a broader market for him. Yeah. He's not just thinking about teams. Because if they're thinking like, oh, you can only go to Phoenix or you can only go here, stuff like that, but I don't see him going there, we can wait and check out the market. But if they know that, oh, no, we can lose him to overseas, we can lose to any team.
Gotcha.
The world, now they're like, let's just sign him.
So that makes sense. I think one of the things people forget about is like, I know a lot of guys who played college basketball and they're like, went overseas, they had that opportunity. And for some guys, you're there for a year or 2 and you come home and get a job. Some guys have made 10, 12-year careers over there that I know that I'm like, all right, like you did your thing. Like you made a full career out of this athletic gift. Like I think it's great. So many people are just like, oh, you got to play in the NBA, but like, no, you said the power forwards from Madrid, you play 6 years for Real, like you're making money.
It's elite. Yeah. They treat you like a king, like it's legit. Anyway, Greece, Germany, Greece, Spain, Italy, it's like they treat you so good, like amazing.
If you had to take the NBA out of it,
yeah,
you had to play for one of the teams you played for overseas.
I mean, obviously, the first thing is, the team I played for is like one of the best. That was one of the best. But then you had to pick, obviously, Spain, and I love playing in Spain. So
I've heard you mention you love playing in Spain before.
Yeah, love in Spain, and then it's obviously Italy. After that, it's Italy, Armani, Virtus, like all those teams.
As you know, my love of food, I'd play in Italy or Spain real quick. I would do so. I would have to work out 4 times a day.
Those country, and obviously France now with 3 teams, Paris, Asvel, and Monaco. And Monaco now has
Monaco. Yeah, I said Monaco's got your guy.
So I'm definitely.
So we somehow went from recapping Bucks Wizards to that, but it's okay. It's a great Bucks win.
Bucks were great. Wizards is great as well. They play hard. They wanted to win 13 in a row. They've lost. They really brought it today. They stayed with the Bucks the entire game.
It was like a 6-point game.
Yeah, the entire game, and really, and the Bucks took care of business. So on to the next one, fellas.
And then we can wrap up today's with that.
And another Thanalysis show comes to an end. Thank you guys. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share with your friends. We love feedback. Any way you get the show, either in the audio or YouTube or on Instagram, on Twitter, please hit us up, engage with us. We're loving it.
And don't forget, Thanalysis is presented by our friends over at Gruber Law Offices.
Gruber Law?
One call.
That's all. Thank you guys so much. And we want to say a special thank you to Car Bliss, one of our sponsors, who's been with us since the beginning, and Potawatomi Casinos and Hotels. You guys are amazing. So.